So today we'll be talking the first class what we already discussed, introduction to Veda, Upanishad and Prasthana Trayam. Three parts, remember, introduction to Veda, Upanishad and Prasthana Trayam. From this class they will ask minimum 1 mark 1 question, minimum, maximum we don't know. So for that class we will be looking at. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So first of all, we need to know the Vedic Sahitya. Before talking to Veda, we need to know the literature of Veda. What are the literatures comes under that? The Vedic Sahitya is divided into two parts. One is called Shruti and second one is called Smriti. Shruti means by listening we need to understand. Sravanam, continuous Sravanam. Like for example, per day we do Parayana, Yoga Sutra or Hatha Pradipika, any other text. Continuous. If you practice 1 month, 2 months, then only you can get the idea. Shruti, listening. It is not the things like by hearting. Continuous practice, reading. That's called Shruti. By listening the Guru or teachers. Shruti. And which book comes under this? Which scriptures? Veda. Okay. On other hand, Smriti. Smriti means by memory. By memory you need to collect. You need to remember that point. Smriti. What are the things comes under that? Manu Smriti, 1. Yajnavalkya Smriti. Yajnavalkya written this book. So Yajnavalkya Smriti. Manu written this book. That's why we call Manu Smriti. These two books are very famous in Dharma Shastra. Dharma Shastra means it's the one kind of Shastra in Sanskrit or Indian tradition. If you go for Sanskrit, Vedanta Shastra, Sahitya, Vyakarana, Jyotisha, Dharma Shastra, Mimamsa, all Shastras are there. So under Dharma Shastra, these two are the very prominent book, famous book. Manusmriti and Yajnavalkya Smriti. Next one, Parasara Smriti. Parasara is the writer. He written his Smriti. He written his experience and make a Smriti. So we can read that. Very good concept. Parasara Smriti. Next is Purana Itihasa, all kinds of mythology or history. Purana Itihasa. It comes under Smriti. Like Ramayana is a Katha, Mahakabya, Mahabharata, all this kind of Smriti. Someone written, and by that written format we are listening, we are reading, we are understanding that. So Purana Itihasa. And next one is called Ramayana, the Adhikabya. The very primitive Kabya or epic. It's called Ramayana. We know the story of Ramayana, no need to discuss. And Mahabharata. Mahabharata comes under Smriti Shastra or Smriti Sahitya. And under Mahabharata, Gita also comes. So Gita also comes under Smriti Sahitya, not Shruti. Okay. In question, they will ask questions like Srimad Bhagavad Gita will comes under which Shastra or which Sahitya. Optional they will give A, B, C, D. Your answer should be there, Smriti Sahitya. Or Veda comes under where? Shruti Sahitya. Purana Itihasa comes under where? Ramayana comes under Smriti Sahitya. Okay. This is the only one look just under Vedic Sahitya. Next. If you see the meaning of Veda, normally we know the Veda meaning is knowledge. But if you see the grammatically, the Veda comes from root word Vid. And Vid word has 4 meanings. Vid, Satyayam. Satya means something presence. Can you see here? Underline. Presence. Like Mangalore University is present in Karnataka. So the presenceness of Mangalore University we can feel. So Veda means some good scriptures is presence. So Vid dhatu can be used in that term. Like something is presence. One meaning. Second meaning, Vid means Jnanam or knowledge. Knowledge of Karma Kanda as well as Jnana Kanda. So knowledge not only Karma Kanda, including Jnana Kanda also. If you see the Veda is divided into 2 parts. Gross division if you see. Stula Rupa Vibhaga is two types. One is Karma Kanda and second one is called Jnana Kanda. Karma Kanda means we had explained different types of sacrifices, Yaga, Yagyadi, and Jnana Kanda means the last part of Veda. We had explained different types of Atma knowledge. Knowledge. Vid means knowledge, that sense. Third meaning is called Vid stands for Vicharane. Vicharane. Vicharane means the Prapti. Actually, the word Vicharana stands for one who helps to go, one who helps to move, or Gamanam. What Gamanam will be there? What going will be there? Vedic Karma Kanda Upasana Sargadi Phala Pradai. If you practice Karma Kanda, here I will explain here Karma Kanda. Nodi. See here, Karma Kanda. If you practice the Karma Kanda means the Vedic rituals like Agnisthama Yaga, Ashwamedha Yaga. If you do, what will happen? Sargadi Phala Pradhanam. You will get Sarga. That kind of Phala explain means you will go to that Loka. So Vicharana means Gamanam, going. So going from this Martha Loka to Sarga Loka. So that kind of result they explain there. So that also the one meaning of Vidhatu. And next meaning tells about Vid means Labhe. Labha means benefit, profit. What Labhe? Labha of Brahma Vidya. You can get this self-realization, Brahma knowledge. Okay. By knowing the last part of Veda. Last part means the Jnana Kanda. Or Upanishad, Vedanta, all these things they explain. So by knowing this last part of Veda, you will get the Brahma Vidya Labha. That sense they explain Labha. Labha of Veda or Vedic knowledge. So four meaning explains here. In exam they may ask questions. The meaning of Veda is this. With Satyam, with Jnane, with Vicharane and with Labhe. All are true. But if you see the only one meaning is there, be this Jnanam, then you should tick that there. This is the line, right answer. Vid means knowledge, Jnane. This is the prominent, most important or most valuable meaning. Vid means knowledge. All are true. Satyam, having the presence or knowledge of Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, or here the Phalarupa, Sarga Gamanam, that also true, and the Brahma Vidya, that also true. But most important and valuable is second one, which is Jnanam, knowledge. Okay. Next explain. The word Veda derives from the root word Vid. See here, Vid. Already told here, previous line. Here only I told here, Vid. And which means knowledge, Jnanam. Question will ask, the word Veda is derived from which Sanskrit root? A, B, C, D options will come. Then your answer should be Vid. Okay. Then your answer must be Vid, which means knowledge. Okay. Now the next point here, Vyasa. Vyasa means Vedabhyasa, synonym or Krishna Daipayan. Okay, all of this synonym. Remember in your mind. Vyasa, Vedabhyasa, Krishna Daipayan, all are the synonym. He divided the Veda. Before Veda was the only one, single Veda. And he divided all this Veda. Hence his name is called Vedabhyasaha. Vedam Vyashetiti Vedabhyasa. Who split the Veda. A, B, C, D, like Rig Ved, Yajurved, Samaved and Atharvaved. He only split to understand the concept of Veda easily. Okay. And they explain Rig Veda must be read 12 years. Yajurveda 12 years. Sama 12 years. And Atharvaveda also 12 years. So it's very difficult to read it out. That's why he written separately or he split separately. Okay. If the question asks by chance, who written Veda? Then they will give A, B, C, D options. Then you should not put the answer Vedabhyasa. No. Vedabhyasa only distributed. He distributed or he separated. There is no writer of Veda. That's why line is tells about Apureshaya Vedaha. Apureshaya. It's not written by any Purusha. Purusha means not human. No, not male or female. Any human. None of them they written Veda. So Apureshayam Veda. Who told this line? If the question asked in NET exam. This line is told by Sayana Acharya. Remember, key point. He had no space to write. Sayana Acharya, he is the writer, and he explained Veda is Apurusheya. None of them the written Veda. He is the very good explainer or Vyakhyakar of Veda. Prominent person. Like in yoga, if you say the prominent person, you can get Patanjali, Vikesh Iyengar and others expert. They are also in Veda level. He is the only expert. Sayana Acharya. He told the name is Apurusheya Veda. Question asked, Apurusheya Veda is stated by whom? ABCD options. Your answer should be Sayana Acharya. Now, Rig Veda is mainly known for Stuti or praises. Stuti means, like Shiva Stuti, Vishnu Stuti, Rig Stuti, Brahma Stuti, all this kind of Stuti they explain. Yajurveda mainly deals with Yajna, the sacrifices, this yaga, that yaga, homa, all kind of explanations deeply explained under Yajurveda. Samaved explain about the Stuti as well as Gitam, song, praises and song explain. Different types of song like Indian classical music, folk songs and different types of Indian music. Okay. If question asks which Veda is known as the source of music or compositions, your answer must be Samaveda. And which Veda is known for the Yaga Yagyadi purpose? Yajurveda. And last, Atharva Veda. Atharva Veda mainly based on the Ayurveda and Chikitsa Shastra. Ayurveda means the life knowledge, the knowledge of the life, that Veda, and Chikitsa, the different kinds of medicine, surgery. Okay, that related explanation is there. Is it clear? Clear? Is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now this is one more key point here you need to remember. Based on the Vedic knowledge, remember, Vedic knowledge, how knowledge goes from senior to junior, Guru to Shishya. In that sense, Veda is divided into 4 parts. And what are the 4? Samhita, Brahmana, Aranya and Upanishad. Last exam they asked these questions. Make the order. So the first point order under order will come Samhita, second Brahman, third is Aranyak and fourth is Upanishad. Okay, so please make the note. So let us see what is Samhita first. It tells here, if you see the mantra, Mantranam Sannidhi Samhita Ittuchyate. Mantranam Sannidhi, when mantras are joined together, combined together and make a great mantra or make a big sense, good sense, that is called Samhita. So Mantranam Sannidhi Samhituchyate. When mantra will combine and make a great sense, that is called Samhita. And how many Samhitas are there? 4 Samhitas are there. According to 4 Veda, we have 4 Samhitas. Like Rig Samhita, Yajur Samhita, Sama Samhita and Atharva Samhita. Rig, Yajur, Sama and Atharva. The Rishi of Rig Veda. Rishi means the prominent Muni or Rishi. Rishi means Mantra Drashtaraha is known as Rishi. Who have seen the mantras, they call Rishi. Rishi definition given, Mantra Drashtaraha. Rishi. Who have seen the mantra, not written. Remember, mantra is not written. Who have seen or observed, they call Rishi. So Rishi under Rig Samhita is Angira. If you see here, Angira. Angira is the Rishi for Rig Samhita. And Yajur Samhita purpose Rishi is Vayu. Not Vayu Deva. Vayu is the Rishi name. Vayu. And Sama Samhita purpose the Rishi is Aditya. Okay. You should not write this synonym Surya. No. Then if the option comes ABCD, if there is option Aditya or Surya, you should choose the option Aditya only, not Surya. Remember. And Atharvaveda Samhita related Rishis Angira. Same. Rigved and Atharvaved. Rishis is same. Angira and Angira here. Because most of the mantras taken from Rigved. The mantra of Atharvaveda is taken from around 80 to 75% mantra taken from Rigved. So that's why the Rigved or Rig Samhita Rishi Angira and the Atharva Samhita Rishi Angira is the same person. So you got 4 points under this Samhita. The Rig Samhita Rishi is Angira, Yajush Samhita Rishi is Vayu, Sama Samhita Rishi is Aditya, and Atharva Samhita Rishi is Angira. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next point. The second part of Veda, according to this subject wise, Brahman. Samhita, Brahman, Aranyaka and Upanishad. So Brahman. Okay. See here, deals and it explains about the Yaga Yagyadi. As I told, Brahman part, they will be explaining regarding the Yaga and Yagya. How to do Ashtametha Yaga, how to do Agnimetha Yaga, Agnisthoma Yaga, Putra Kama Yaga, and all this Kama Yaga. Mainly deeply explains under Brahman. And there are 4 Brahman. Rigveda related Brahman, Sugla Yajurveda, Krishna Yajurveda, Samaveda, and Atharvaveda. You know, Yajurveda is divided into 2 parts, Shukla and Krishna. Shukla Yajurveda means, in Shukla Yajurveda, mainly the Upasana done for Shiva. And Krishna Yajurveda, Upasana done for Vishnu or Brahma. Krishna Yajurveda. So Rig Veda is there, and Rig Veda Brahmanas are 2. Aitareya Brahman and Kaushatakiya Brahman. 2 Brahmans comes under Rig Veda Brahman. And one of single Brahman comes under Shukla Yajurveda, that is Shatapat Brahman. This is very important question asked in several times. Yoga Net and Sanskrit Net. This question. Shatapat Brahman belongs to which Veda? Answer should be Shukla Yajurveda. See here, Shukla Sha and Shatapat Sha. Easy to remember. Sha. Shukla Yajurveda and Shatapat Brahman. Krishna Yajurveda, it Brahmans is Taittiriya Brahman. Okay. And Samaved, it Brahmans is Talavakar Brahman. Talavakar. Samaveda Brahmana name is Talavakar Brahman. And Atharva Veda Brahman name is Gopad Brahman. This is also very important questions asked several times in net. Several means only 6 times net over. So 1 or twice they ask these questions. So Gopad Brahman, Atharva Veda, Gopad Brahman. Or they will give the options, ABCD options, and they will ask questions. Which one comes under Atharva Veda Brahman? Then your answer should be Gopad Brahman. So 4 Brahmans comes under 4 Vedas. 5 Brahmans comes under 5 Veda. Rig Veda related, Aitareya Brahman and Kaushatakiya Brahman. Shukla Yajurveda related Shatapat Brahman. Krishna Yajurveda related Taittiriya Brahman. Samaveda related Tavalakar Brahman. And Atharvaveda related Gopatha Brahman. Okay, this is the second part our under Upanishad and Brahman. Next one, Aranyak. We need to understand what is Aranyak. The definition given of Aranyak is Aranyastitva Adhyanam iti Aranyakaha. Aranyastitva, Aranya means forest. Being present in forest, if you learn something, that is called Aranyak Siksha. That knowledge is called Aranyaka. You can stay in forest, you can learn the sound of any plant or the sound of any kind of pakshi, animal or birds. Some person they have the expertise. They can understand the bird's language. They can understand the and the nature of the tree, when the mango will get ripened, when it's fall down, everything they know, because they have deeply understood the aranya forest. So that kind of knowledge comes under aranyaka. Mainly its experience, it's for the Banaprastha Jivana. If you know Indian Jivana, Indian lifestyle is divided into four style. Like Indian lifestyle is divided into four style, like Brahmacharya, Garhastha, Banaprastha, and Sannyasa. Brahmacharya is the first 25 years, and Garhastha is the 26 to 50. Banaprastha is 51 to 75, and Sannyasa is 75 to 100. So it explains about the third life, Banaprastha, 76 to 100 years. Banaprastha Jivana in forest. It comes under Aranya. Okay. Next is Upanishad. Upanishad known as the Jnana Kanda. As we discussed, Karma Kanda is the earlier part of Veda, and the last part is known as Vedanta or Upanishad. And another name is called Jnana Kanda. Remember. Okay. And if you see this Stula Vibhaga, the gross divisions of Veda, 2. Remember, 3 divisions took place till today, till now. 3 divisions. One is called the normal division, Rig Ved, Yajurved, Samaved, and Atharvaved, normal divisions. Second division is based on the Jnanam, knowledge, that is 4, Samhita, Brahman, Aranyak, and Upanishad. And this is the third style to divide it. To divide this is third style, Stula Vibhaga, the gross divisions. That is Samhita, Brahman, Aranyak, that all 3 comes under Karma Kanda. Okay. And Upanishad, last part, this is called Jnana Kanda. The last part of Upanishad known as Jnana Kanda. So if they ask question like Stula Vibhaga, the gross divisions of Veda, option will come 2, 4, 3, 0. Then you should pick the option is 2. One is Karma Kanda and second one is Jnana Kanda. These 3, Samhita, Brahman, and Aranya comes under Karma Kanda, and last is Upanishad comes under Jnana Kanda. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next, we need to understand very important point. Every time one question asked from this part, every net, Veda and its Sakha number and how many Upanishads related to that. Okay. So if you see the Rig Veda, it has 21 Shakha. 21 Shakha total. Okay. And how many Upanishads related to that? 10 Upanishad. Dasha Upanishad. Okay. They are not the Mukhya Dasha Upanishad. You should not get confused. Not the main 10 Upanishads not related to that. Total 10. Okay. So Rig Veda and its Sakha number 21 and Upanishad numbers are 10. Yajurveda Sakha number is 100 century. And Yajurveda again 2 types, Shukla and Krishna, you know. And Shukla related Upanishads are 19 in number, 19. And Krishna Yajurveda related 32. And Samaveda related Shakha is 1000, Sahasra, 1000 Shakha. And Upanishads are 16 in number, only 16, Shorasha. And last point, the Atharvaveda Shakhas are only 9, very less Shakha. And Upanishads are 31 Upanishads belongs to that Upanishad, that Veda. Okay. So you should make clear in your mind which Shakha belongs to which Veda and how many Upanishads belongs to particular Veda. So Rig Veda Shakha is 21 and Upanishad number is 10, only 10. Yajurveda Shakha is 100 and it has two types, Shukla and Krishna. Shukla Yajurveda or Shukla Shakha related 19, Krishna Shakha related 32. Samaved related Shakha is 1000, Sahasra, and Upanishads are 16 in number. Atharva Veda Shakhas are 9, only small, very less, and Upanishads are 31. If you calculate total 108 Upanishads. Remember. Okay. Now actually if you see, Upanishads are not only 108 in number, thousands and Upanishads are there, but at present available. Net question they must ask, at present how many Upanishads are available? Option will come 10, 108, 20 and any 30, 32. Then you should tick 108. Present you can see. But if they ask question how many Mukhya Upanishad, main Upanishad, then your answer must be 10. Okay. Now see, according to Mundaka Upanishad, the number of Upanishads explained 108. This question they may ask, according to Mundaka Upanishad, how many Upanishads are there? Sorry, according to Muktika Upanishad. See here, Muktika. I just told, make it correct. It's correct only, I just told wrongly. Muktika Upanishad. According to Muktika Upanishad, how many Upanishads are there? The answer is 108. Or they may ask question like 108 Upanishads are present, according to which Upanishad? So Muktika. And how many Yoga Upanishads are there? 20. Vimshati. In your net syllabus only yoga related 8 or 9 are there. So you don't need to worry about that. So how many Yoga Upanishads are there? 20. Vimshati. Okay. And if you see the definition of Upanishad, why? Amar Kosha. Amar Kosha is a very authentic grammatical book where you can get different types of definitions, meaning you will get Amar Kosha. It explains the definition of Upanishad is Upanishaddate prapyate brahmatma bhava anaya iti Upanishad. I repeat. Upanishaddate prapyate brahmatma bhava anaya iti Upanishad. The meaning is Upanishaddate. Sad means, already explained 4 meanings. Satyam, Visharane, Jnane and Sadrilabhe. Here Sad means which will loosen. Okay. Lose. Lose means it will loses our ignorance. Sat. Prapyata means it will gives us the prati of Brahma knowledge. Brahmatma bhava, and it will increase in our chitta the bhava, feeling, devotion towards Brahman. 3 things. Upanishaddate means it will decrease, it will destroy the samsaric attachment or the connection, and prapyata means it will help us to reach the Brahmatma knowledge, and Brahmatma bhava, it will help us to feel, to make our chitta towards the Brahman or the ultimate supreme. Anaya, by that is called Upanishad. And remember, Upanishad is the Strilinga, not Pumlinga, not Napumsaklinga, Strilinga, like Jagat Sabda. Net exam, this question also ask. The Upanishad, what belongs to which Sabda Rupa? Okay. So you should remember that. It belongs to Strilinga. And Mukha Upanishads are 10 in number. Already I told 10 in number. We are talking the Veda, introduction to Veda. Still we are talking. Because under Veda Upanishad also comes, so I am talking that only. Because Purva Kanda, Karma Kanda is known as the earlier part and Jnana Kanda is the Upanishad, so I am talking under that. So if you see Rig Veda, it has 10 mandalas. Dasa mandala. This is very important part. So that's I make the tick. This question also asked once. How many mandalas are there in Rig Veda? The answer should be 10. And Rig Veda is known as the oldest Veda, Prachina, oldest, very old. Among these four Veda, this is the oldest Veda. Which Veda? Rig Veda. And the Shakhas are Shakala Shakha, Bashkala Shakha, and Ashwalayana Shakha. Three Shakhas under Rig Veda. Shakala, Vashkala, and Ashwalayan. If you see the Yajurved, it's mainly based on the Yaga Yagya. Already discussed Yaga, Yogya, Yagyadi, and Homadi. Yajurved. And the Shakhas are Madhyadin, Kanva Shakha. Two Shakha. Madhyandin and Kanva Shakha. Under Yajurved. It includes Shukla and Krishna both. And if you see the next point, this is a very important point. Krishna Yajurved is known as the Gadyatmaka Veda. Very, very important part. Which Veda is known as the Gadyatmaka Veda? Gadya means in a katha, story kind of. It's very difficult to by heart. You can by heart Sama Veda because it is in the form of song or compositions. You can do Raga, Tala, you can do Chandas. Here it's very difficult to by heart. So what and all Upanishads comes under that, it's very difficult to by heart those mantras. So Gadyatma Veda, which one? Krishna Yajurved. Next point. Samaved. Samaved is known as Geetam, song, already I told. And the first Rishi of Samaved is called Jaimini, very important part. The Jaimini is the first Rishi under Samaved. He only composed the Indian music. This question also may ask, who composed Indian music? A, B, C, D option will come. So your answer should be Jaimini. And the Shakhas are Kautumiya Shakha, Jaiminiya Shakha, according to Jaimini, Jaiminiya Shakha, and last one is called Ranayaniya Shakha. Ranayaniya Shakha. Kautumiya, Jaiminiya, and Ranayaniya Shakha. Okay. And the last Veda, if you see, Atharva Veda, and the last Veda, the most of the mantras are taken from Rig Veda and Samaved. If you see the Rig Veda Rishi is Angira, and Atharva Veda Rishi also Angira, because 80% or 75% more and less copy and paste. Okay. So the Atharva Veda mantras are taken from most of the mantra. Remember, not all mantra, most of the mantras, Rig Veda and Samaved. And what explains Atharva Veda? Ayurveda, regarding the life of, knowledge of the life, Ayurveda, and medicine, surgery, and etc. Okay. Till here, if you have any doubt, you can ask anyone. Till here, if you have any doubt, you can ask. Hello?
Yes, sir. No doubt.
Yes. Till, is there any doubt? No doubt. Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. Now let's understand Veda and Upaveda. This question is also very important. Remember, Veda and Upaveda. If you see the Rig Veda, the Rig Veda's Upaveda is Ayurveda. We read Ayurveda. It belongs to Rig Veda, which means the science of medicine. What to eat, how much to eat, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, Mala, Trimala, all these concepts comes under Ayurveda, and it belongs to Rig Veda. Yajurved, it belongs to Dhanurved. It means Dhanurveda belongs to Rig Veda. The sub-Veda is Dhanurved. Dhanu means the bow. So it explains the science of archery. Okay, the shooting. Nowadays in Olympic we have the game shooting. So that knowledge comes from Dhanurved. And who is the expert in that Vidya, Dhanurvidya? Can you tell any name? Expert in Dhanurvidya?
Arjuna, sir.
Arjuna. Karna also expert, but he was not that expert like Arjuna. Arjuna was the very honest person, and Karna was did some mistake. He told wrong. So you know this story. I am not bringing. He told lie. Arjuna. Samaveda. Samaveda. And Samaveda Upaveda is called Gandharva Veda. Gandharva Veda. Upaveda is known as Gandharva Veda. Science of music. Samaveda. Gandharva Veda means Gandharva, you know. Again, if I go little bit deeply, means Gandharva, our Indian traditions, we have 4 types of marriage. Sorry, 5 types of marriage. Pancha. Like Gandharva, Asura, Pisacha, all this kind of things. Gandharva Vivaha marriage mainly happen for Devas, God and all. For human beings, the marriage is known as Prajapati, butterfly. Butterfly Vivaha, Prajapati Vivaha. Okay. Praja means Praja will be there. If you can invite so many people, maybe 100 people. And Pati. Pati means you will be the king, you will be the, what is called, organizer for that program, your only marriage, and the program will take place. That is called Prajapati Vivaha. Gandharva Vivaha means what will happen? There only gods will be there, no other, any other persons. So that's why it's called Gandharva Veda, and there will be some music, cultural music will be there. That's why it's called music, science of music. And last Veda is called Atharva Veda. And Stapatya Veda is the Upaveda. Stapatya means the building and any kind of the construction, or good what we can tell, architecture. You can say my brother is an architect. So that knowledge comes from Stapatya Veda, and Stapatya Veda comes from Atharva Veda. Okay, is it clear? Please make the notes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now we will be looking in Prasthanatrayam. Prasthanatrayam. Prasthana means departing or departure. Trayam means 3. If you listen, if you go to railway station, they will announce that this train is going to depart at his prominent time, right time. So depart means it's going to leave. Here the meaning is, a person, if he wants to get the Brahma Vidya, Atma knowledge, Moksha, Samadhi, Apavarga or anything, he should go through these 3 texts. Okay. Earlier age, when the rishis, they were writing this kind of books, they have to go through these 3 books. If you want to prove your knowledge, you need to make the Vyakhya, you need to write the Vyakhya under these 3 books. Shruti Prasthana books, Smriti Prasthana books, Nyaya Prasthana book. If you want to become an assistant professor, you need PhD plus NEET or GRF along with 2 publications minimum. Same thing, if you want to become a wise person in Vedic language or Vedic Sahitya, you should publish or you should write the Vyakhya or the Tika under 3 Prasthana, Shruti, Smriti and Nyaya. Otherwise it won't be accepted. If you see the Nastik Darshan, Bodhya, Charbak, they none of them they written any kind of Vyakhya or Bhashya under these 3. That's why they are not counted under Astik Darshan. Okay. So under Shruti Prasthana, which book comes? Upanishad. Because Shruti is known as the Veda. Another name of Veda is called Shruti. In NET exam, this question may ask. Another name of Veda is ABCD. Shruti is the right answer. Vedasya aparanama Shruti ityabhidhiyate. Another name of Veda is called Shruti. So Upanishad is the last part of Veda only. So it comes under Shruti Prasthana only. Smriti Prasthana, we already discussed in first slide. Gita. Gita comes under Mahabharata. So Mahabharata comes under Shruti Prasthana. So Gita also comes under Shruti Prasthana. Okay. And Brahma Sutra, it comes under Nyaya Prasthana. Nyaya means the argument. Pramanaihi vastuhu parikshanam iti nyayaha. Definition of nyaya. Pramanaihi. Without proof, it won't be accepted. Pramana must be there to understand anything. Like if I say now online 6 or 7 members are present. What is the proof? I can get that record. So some proof. So that based on the proof, if you write any books, or this book is written based on the proof. Question, answer. This kind of proof. Which book? Brahma Sutra. That's why it comes under Nyaya Prasthana. Nyaya means judgment. If you go to Adalat or the court, you need Nyaya, the judgment. You need the justice. So that also here the justice comes, Brahma Sutra, in the level of Brahman. Who is Brahma? How he is? How it looks? What is the proof? What is the Rupa? Why he is present? All this kind of clarification will get under this book, Brahma Sutra. All 3 books together is known as Prasthana Trayam. And all these 3 books very, very important in the field of Vedanta. If a person wants to become a scholar or wants to read Vedanta, he should go through these 3 books. One is Upanishad, second is Gita, third is Brahma Sutra. All acharyas under Vedanta acharyas, maybe you take Sankaracharya, he is from Advaita, Madhvacharya, he is from Dvaita, Ramanujacharya, he is from Visishta Advaita. All acharyas, they written Vyakhya Tika under in all. Sankaracharya written Vyakhya in Upanishad, Sankara Bhashya very famous. And he written, Sankaracharya written under Gita also Vyakhya and Brahma Sutra also. Madhvacharya also written Vyakhya in Upanishad, Gita and Brahma Sutra. Ramanujacharya also written Vyakhya in Upanishad, Gita and Brahma Sutra. One more Acharya, he is called as Nimbaka Acharya. We will be talking later. He also written the Vyakhya under Upanishad, Gita and Brahma Sutra. So if you want to prove yourself that you are an expert in that field, Vedanta field, so you need to prove these 3 books. Upanishad, you need to prove yourself by writing the Vyakhya under these 3. Upanishad, Gita and Brahma Sutra. Okay. Now see little bit Upanishad. Already we discussed regarding Upanishad. Now we will be looking Upanishad in the view of Prasthanatrayam. Previous we see in the view of Veda as a Gyanakanda. Now we will be looking as a Prasthanatrayam. First part is known as Upanishad. See, if you see the word Upanishad made of 3 words, Upa, Ni and Sat. Upa meaning is Samipya, means nearest, very near. Ni stands for Sampurna or full, total. Sat stands for 3 meanings of there of Sat. One is called Visharana, which means Vinasha. Second meaning is called Gati, which means Jnana Prapti, the Prapti of knowledge or achievement of knowledge. And third meaning is called Abhashadana. Abhashadana means Shithila or loosening effect, loosen. Like I lose 10,000 in lucky draw. Loosen. Okay. So 3 meanings comes under Sadhatu. If you see Visharana means Agyana Papadi Nasha. Vinasha means Vinasha. What kind of Vinasha? Agyana. What Agyana you will be having? Like you know the Sansara is Nitya, permanent, and body is Nitya. That is called Agyana. If you see the Yoga Sutra definition also, Anitya Suchi Dukhanat Mashu Sukha Nitya Suchi Sukhatma Khyate iti Avidya or Agyana. So where is the temporary things you think as permanent? So that knowledge will decrease or will disappears by the knowledge of Upanishad. That sense the meaning given as Visharana, Vinasha and Papadi Nasha. If you did any Papa, see if you do Papa, that result you have to accept, you have to experience, no questions. But if you read this kind of scriptures, Upanishad, that the level of Papa will decrease, not 0. It will not become 0. If you do murder, if you do Papa, you have to get that result, you have to get that phala, but it will decrease. For example, punishment may be 10 years in case of for 10 years. If you read that scriptures. Second meaning is Jnana Prapti, Gati. Jnana Prapti of Moksha. Jnana of self, Atma knowledge will come. Atma knowledge is known as the Moksha. all self-realizations. And avashadana means sithilikarana, loosening. What it will lose? It will helps to lose the samsara maya. This is called maya. Maya of samsara. Attachment towards the samsara. You will lose that attachment by the having of Upanishad knowledge. So in that three sense, they use the word sadhatu. Net exam, they may ask questions. 4 options they will give, like Visharana, Gati, Avashadana, and one more option will gives. What are the 3 options belongs to Sadhatu? Then you should choose Visharana, Gati, and Avashadana. This is the meaning of Sadhatu. Upanishad. By these 3 words, the word developed or made, which is Upanishad. Another meaning of Upanishad you could see. Another meaning of Upanishad. This is given by Shankaracharya. Upa means nearest. It's the Upasarga. Ni means Shraddha Purvaka. Shraddha means fully dedications. Having full dedication if you sit. Sad means sitting. See, Sad means sitting. Another meaning of Upanishad. So Upa means nearest. Ni means Shraddha Purvaka. Full dedication. Sad means sitting. So if you sit with full dedications near to a teacher, that is called Upanishad. And if you see gross meaning of Upanishad, Sthula meaning, gross meaning, sitting near to Guru or teacher, expert, and understanding the Brahma concept, Brahma Vidya. Brahma Vidya. This question may ask, Upanishad stands for dash. Option A, Agni Vidya, Brahma Vidya, Karma Vidya, Moksha Vidya. See that you get doubt here, Moksha Vidya or Brahma Vidya. Both are same. But if this question asks, the option is there, Moksha Vidya and Brahma Vidya, mean should choose Brahma Vidya. If there is no options like Brahma Vidya, but if there is an option like Moksha Vidya, then you should choose Moksha Vidya. So the similar meaning, the very nearest meaning is Brahma. Because Satchit Ananda, Brahma Shatya Jagat Mithya. This is the concept of Vedanta. Because the Brahma is the truth, all other things are false. Okay. And another name of Upanishad is Vedanta, the last part of Veda. Vedasya Antari Vedanta, or Nishya Mulaka knowledge, Jnanam of Veda. So that's why that's why the last part of Veda. If you see the Vedanta Sara, the first line explained. Vedanta Nama Upanishad Pramanam Tat Upakara Saririka Sutra Adini Cha. So the Vedanta meaning is called Upanishad Pramana, the proof of Upanishad. And Saririka Sutram, the Saririka Sutra. Upanishad also known as the Saririka Bhashya, Saririka Sutra. I will be talking later on that. Saririka Sutra, because mainly it deals with the Saririka. Saririka means body and soul. Discussion is there. Because we are only attached towards the body. So to overcome that bodily knowledge, the physical knowledge, stuna knowledge, that explanation given. All kind of explanation of Vedanta. That's why Upanishad is known as the Saririka Bhashya, Saririka Sutra also. We'll be talking. Till here, do you have any doubt?
No, sir.
Very good. Now let's see that main 10 Upanishad and these 10 Upanishad, how it's related to which Veda. Okay. If you see the 10 Upanishad here, Mukhya Upanishad number in 10 and Vedas are, we'll be looking. See the Ishavasya Upanishad belongs to Shukla Yajurved, remember. Kena Upanishad belongs to Samaved. Katha Upanishad belongs to Krishna Yajurved. Prashna Upanishad belongs to Atharva Ved. Mundaka Upanishad belongs to Atharva Ved. You can make the note. Manduka Upanishad belongs to Atharva Ved. Aitareya Upanishad belongs to Rig Ved. Taittiriya Upanishad belongs to Krishna Yajurved. Chandogya Upanishad belongs to Samaved. Brihat Aranyak Upanishad belongs to Shukla Yajurved. Now we have one small tricks to remember this. See, the first Upanishad, Ishavasya Upanishad, belongs to Shukla Yajurved. Yes or not? Yes.
Yes.
And the last Upanishad, Brihat Aranyak Upanishad, belongs to Shukla Yajurved. So the first and last Upanishad belongs to same Ved. Remember, you can make the correlations. First Ved, first Upanishad and last Upanishad. That purpose you need to by heart the order, like Isha, Kena, Katha, Prashna, Mundaka, Mandukya, Taittiriya, Chandogya and Brihadaranyaka. This schedule you should know. The first one and last one belongs to same Ved, which is Shukla Yajurved. And the second one and the second from last belongs to Samaved. Means Chandogya and Kena belongs to Samaved. And the third from first and third from last belongs to Krishna Yajurved, which means Taittiriya and Katha. Krishna Yajurved. And the middle mean Prashna, Mundaka, Mandukya. These three belongs to Atharva Veda. And the remaining one, Aitara Upanishad, belongs to Rig Veda. Only one Upanishad. Under 10. Under 10 Upanishad, only single Upanishad is called Aitara Upanishad, which belongs to Rig Veda. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Now understand. The Yoga Upanishad, we discussed Yoga Upanishad, the number is 20. But in your syllabus only you will be having 8. In your next syllabus. So you should know the 8 Upanishad, they will be asking question from 8 only. Not any out of 8. 8 Upanishad and their specific Veda. If you see, Shvetashatra Upanishad belongs to Krishna Yajurveda. Yoga Kundali Upanishad belongs to Krishna Yajurveda. Yoga Tattva Upanishad belongs to Krishna Yajurveda. Dhyana Vindu Upanishad belongs to Krishna Yajurveda. So these 4 Upanishad, if you see, Shvetashatra, Yoga Kundalini, Yoga Tattva and Dhyana Vindu belongs to Krishna Yajurveda. And next, Trishikhi Brahmana Upanishad belongs to Shukla Yajurveda. Yoga Chudamani Upanishad belongs to Samaved. Nada Vindu Upanishad belongs to Rig Ved. Yoga Raja Upanishad belongs to Zero Ved. See, this is the key point. There is no specific reference for Yoga Raja Upanishad, that from where it belongs to or which Veda it belongs to. Because there is no reference under any mantra that is explained that is from this Veda, that Veda. They may ask these questions like which Upanishad Veda is unknown, which Upanishad source is unknown. A, B, C, D option they will give. Then your answer must be Yoga Raja Upanishad. Okay. So this is how we need to remember. These are the 8 Upanishads in your syllabus. Is it clear to you?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes, sir.
Now under Prasthanatraya, second one known as the called Gita. Upanishad over. Next is Gita. Remember Gita. Gita tells, I no need to explain deeply, it's common. Giyate anaya iti Gita. Giyate. Strilinga. Gita is a Strilinga. That's why what use anaya. Otherwise Pullinga means anena. Strilinga purpose anaya. So Giyate anaya iti Gita, which means the song of Lord or God. Okay. And the source of Gita you see Mahabharata. Under Mahabharata there are 18 chapters. Under 18 chapters, 18 parbas are there. Under the 18 parbas, Bhishma Parva is one of the very important parva. Under Bhishma Parva, 23 to 40 chapters. Remember, 23rd to 40. Total 18 chapters are there. These 18 chapters known as Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Yes, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, in these 18 chapters, Krishna given the advice to Arjuna how to do fight and how to perform his own duty or dharma. This is the source. And in Gita, the main characters, the role of Krishna and Arjuna, and somewhat the main role given to them too, like Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya. Okay, and how I forgot one line, and how many sloka comes under Gita?
700.
700.
Yes. One point you should remember, the Upanishad known as mantra, Srimad Bhagavad Gita known as sloka, and Brahma Sutra is known as Sutra. 3 points. Okay, like Yoga Sutra also known as the Yoga Sutra. Same way, like our Brahma Sutra. Now understand the Gitas and their 18 chapters. 18 chapters are there, we know. Let's understand the 18 chapters. First chapter is known as Arjuna Vishada Yogaha, where Arjuna will become fully depressed, not only depressed mood, he will not willing to fight, we know, no need to discuss. Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Second is called Sankhya Yoga. Third one is called Karma Yoga, where explain about different types of karma. Sankhya means explain about the soul, Atma. Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga, where explain the karma and jnana same. Means jnana and karma. Through both the things we can get mukti, liberation. That explanation given. Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Next explain Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Okay. Through karma you can reach to sannyasa. Then you can get moksha. And next explain the Atma Sanyama Yoga, 6 chapters. Some book it mention Dhyana Yoga also. This book, this chapter, 6 chapter is known as Dhyana Yoga also. Atma Sanyama Yoga or Dhyana Yoga. The authentic book you can get Atma Sanyama Yoga. Now modern yoga book if you open you can get Atma Sanyama Yoga or Dhyana Yoga. Because it explains on Dhyana, the place of Dhyana, the how to practice all these things. Next is Jnana Vijnana Yoga, Jnana and plus special Jnanam. Vishesha Jnanam is known as Vijnanam. That is called this chapter, Jnana Vijnana Yoga. Next is chapter explain about the Akshara Brahma Yoga. Brahma is the Akshara. Naksharate iti Akshara, which cannot get change. Sharana means changing. Naksharana means not at all change. That is called Akshara. And last, and the 9th number is called as the Raja Vidya Raja Guha Yoga, the 9th chapter. Number 10th chapter is known as the Vibhuti Yoga, how we have Vibhuti Pada in Yoga Sutra 3rd chapter. Same as here, Vibhuti Yoga, different types of Vibhuti of Ishwar or Sri Krishna. Next explain 11 chapters, Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. Here the Sri Krishna will show his Vishwarupa by opening his mouth and by looking his teeth. Bahu Drangshta Karalani, all these things will explain his Rupa. Because whole universe inside his mouth. Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. Bhakti Yoga, different types of Bhakti explained here. Navada Bhakti you can get here reference. Kshetra Kshetraga Vibhaga Yoga. Kshetra means this body is Kshetra and Atma is Kshetragya. Soul is Kshetraga, one who lives, one who presents under that. That is called Kshetragya. So body and soul explanation given under this. Okay, Vibhaga means that difference between this body and soul under these chapters. Which chapters? Chapter number 13. Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga, 3 types of Guna, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas under 14 chapters. Purushottama Yoga, who is Purushottam? The Supreme is the Purushottam, Atma is the Purushottam. The Sri Krishna itself says that I am the Purushottam. Purusheshu Uttam. Purushottam. In 15 chapters, 16 chapter explain about the Deva Ashura Sampat Vibhaga Yoga. Deva plus Ashura. good and bad qualities. Okay, they explain under these chapters, 16 chapters, and 17 chapters explain about the Saddhatraya Vibhaga Yoga. Saddha means like different types of practices, like food style explain here, Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic food, plus the three types of Dhanam, Sattvic Dhanam, Rajasic Dhanam, Tamasic Dhanam, Sattvic Tapas, Rajasic Tapas, Tamasic Tapas comes under this 17 chapters. And last chapter explains about the Moksha Sannyasa Vibhaga Yoga. Through sannyasa, how one can get moksha. That vibhaga they explain there. So these are the 18 chapters. Please remember this chapter according to sequence. Okay, last time also ask questions. Make the order. They given 4-5 order, 4-5 options, and you have to make the order. Okay. Now if you see 1 to 6 chapters means Pratham to 6 chapters known as Jnana Yoga. Even though they have this specific name like Arjuna Visa Yoga, Sankhya Yoga, Karma Yoga and all. But if you see the gross dividations, so 1 to 6 chapter is known as Jnana Yoga, 7 to 12 chapter is known as Karma Yoga, Karma, action, and 13 to 18 chapters Adhya is known as Bhakti Yoga, dedications, devotion. 3. If question asked, the gross separations of Bhagavad Gita in 3, 18s to 1, whatever, then your action should be 3. Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next part is Brahma Sutram. This part you have to concentrate. Brahma Sutram. The third part under Prasthana Trayam. Third text. See, the founder or the writer of Brahma Sutra is Vedavyasa. Okay. Similarly, the writer of Vedanta Darshanam, all Vedanta, Dvaita, Advaita, Visishta Advaita, whole, the founder of Vedanta Darshana also Vedavyasa, Vadarayana or Vyasadeva. Or Brahma Sutra writer also Vadarayana or Vyasadeva. Second point. Another name of Brahma Sutra is Saririka Sutram. Just I told Upanishad and Saririka Sutram. Another name of Brahma Sutra is Saririka Sutram because it will be mainly focus on body and soul, Sarira and Atma. Mainly focus, discuss under that. Saririka Mimamsa, another name. Mimamsa means solutions. Mimamsa definition given by Rishis, Pujita Vicharaha, known as Mimamsa. Pujita means which judgment you can do namaste to that. For example, you have your own company. If you take a decision, if the decision is correct, you can salute the decision. Yes, that company has taken right decision. So you can do salute to that particular decision. Yet Pujita Vichara means you can do puja of that decision. Vichara. Vichara means judgment. You can do salute to that judgment that he is right judge. That is kind of concept comes under Mimamsa because he gives the solution. Mimamsa means solution. So the right solution given under that text. Which text? Brahma Sutra. And this is known as the Bhikshu Sutra also. Bhikshu Sutra. Bhikshu means one who don't have any kind of sampatti. Sampatti means property. Like a beggar. He will be here and there. If a Brahma Sutra person, he should not be attached with any kind of materialistics. Okay. He will like a Bhikshu. So that Sutra or Brahma Sutra, synonym. And another name is called Uttra Mimamsa, like Vedanta. Okay. Synonym. Remember this 4 name also. They may ask question from here. And Brahma Sutra consists 4 chapters. Prathamadhyay, Ditya, Tritiya and Chaturtha. Okay. And Prathamadhyay known as Samanvaya Adhyaya. Samanvaya means together, collectiveness. Okay. Samanvaya Adhyaya known as collectiveness Adhyaya. What and all comes under that? Explain about the Brahma Sarupa, the Sarupa of Brahman, like Satchit Ananda, Atma is Achala, Avinashi, all this kind of explanation. Sarupa, the form or the characteristics of Brahman, and Upanishad Vakyadi Vivachanam, the Vakya statement of Upanishad. That also explains under first chapter. And first chapter name is Samanvaya Dhyaya. Samanvaya means it's already samanvaya, make it one of Upanishad or the Panchadashi or the Vedanta Paribhasha, all kinds of samanvaya means together, collectiveness. It's known as samanvaya adhyaya, first chapter. Second chapter, Ditya adhyaya explained, known as Avirodha adhyaya. Avirodha, virodha opposite avirodha. Avirodha adhyaya. Okay. What explains here? This chapter clearly explains the Siddhanta concept. Okay. And each chapters, the first chapter, what on all explain, it proves. First chapter explain about the Brahma concept. And this chapter explains the Brahma proof. Brahma is present. You may ask like Brahma is not visible. Brahma is not there. Second chapter explains the proof of Brahma. The Brahma is present. Brahma is there. Someone will tell Nastikvadi, Nastika Darshan, they tells Brahma is not there. But this chapter explains Brahma is there and proof also given. And Brahma proof is Agama Pramana. Remember, the proof of Brahma, that Brahma is present, that is proof is called Agama Pramana. Here all Nastikvadi Darshananam Khandanam Asti. The Khandana of Nastikavadi, Nastik Darshana are three: Bodhya, Jaina and Charvak. These three known as Nastika. Nastika means they do not believe on Veda. They do not accept. And those who accept Veda, they call as Astik. There are six. Like Purumiyamsa, Uttamiyamsa, Sankhya, Yoga, then Nyaya and Vaisheshika. Six. So in this chapter, second chapter, they do Khandana. Khandana means they did cutting of their mata, their opinion. They told Brahma is not there, there is no proof of Brahma. No, they cut that word. They made, yes, Brahma is there. They made the proof. In which chapter? Second chapter. In which chapter? In second chapter. That is called Avirodha Adhyaya. There is no Virodha. Virodha means the opposition party, means Nastikvadi. They given different types of argument and they cut all the argument. They prove their argument, their statement is correct. Who prove? Brahma Sutra prove. That's why it's known as Avirodha Adhyaya. Third chapter, known as Sadhana Adhyaya. Sadhana means practice. Here explain Antaranga Sadhana. Under Antaranga Sadhana, what and all comes? Sravanam, Mananam, Nididhyashanam. Remember, these are the terms from Jnana Yoga or Vedanta or Brahma Sutra. Antaranga Sadhana. In Yoga, what and all comes under Antaranga Sadhana?
Dharana,
Correct. Antaranga Yoga. And here also explain about the Bahiranga Sadhana. Viveka, Vairagyam, Sataka Sampad, we know, and Mumukshatva. Viveka means the knowledge of truth and false, Nitya, Anatta, Vastu, Veda Jnanam is called Viveka. Vairagya means the detachment towards this materialistic world. Okay. Iha Mutra Phola Bhoga Viraga Vairagyam. There is a definition given in Vedanta Sara. Iha Mutra Phala Bhoga Viraga. You don't have the interest to enjoy this world or that Sarga. No interest to enjoy this Prithvi and that Swarga. That Viraga is known as Vairagya and Sataka Sampad. Under Sataka Sampad, Shama, Dhamma, Titiksha, Uparati, Vikshepa and Samadhana. I repeat. Sama, Dhamma, Titiksha, Uparati, Vikshepa and Samadhana. All six come under this. I am not going to discuss under this what is Sama, what is Dhamma. Okay. Because that is not in your syllabus. But okay, let me tell by what. Sama means it tells Antra Indriyanam Nigraha Shamaha. Controlling the sensory organs. It known as Sama. Antra Indriyanam Nigraha Shamaha. Controlling the motor organs. Bahya Indriyanam Damaha, Bahya Indriyanam Samaha is known as Damaha. Controlling the motor organ. Sama and Dhamma. You know. Uparati known as vikshepa abhava uparati. The lackness of distraction is known as uparati. Vikshepa abhava uparati. Titikshakam. Titiksha means shita dandeshu ushna shanam titiksha. Shita danda, shita ushna shanam titiksha. Shita ushna. Shita means cold, ushna means hot. Danda shanam. You will accept the dandva. That both situation as equal. Means samata, samattam yoga. That feeling will come. Pain, pleasure, happiness, sorrow, cold, heat become one. That's called titiksha. Then comes Shraddha. Shraddha means known as Guru Vedanta Vakya Vishwasa Shraddha. Having the faith of Guru's statement. What is Guru is telling? Guru, whatever he tells, it may be wrong for the others, but it must be true or right for the Shishya, disciple. That is called Shraddha. And you should have faith on that statement. Shraddha. Samadhana means Chitta Ekagrata Samadhanam. When Chitta become Ekagra, one pointed, that is called Samadhanam. So these are the 6 comes under Sat Sampat. It explained in Vedanta Paribhasha or Vedanta Sara also. Next explain Mokshatva. Moksha Ichcha Mumuksha. Okay. I have not mentioned this Sravana. The meaning of Sravana is called listening. Continuous listening called Sravanam. Mananam is called listening plus practicing. Mananam, continuous. Teacher already told, while going on the road, going in your home, you are thinking that, continuous. Sravanam means teacher is teaching, you are listening inside the class. Sravanam, that is. Mananam means you continuous thinking about that. What teacher told is correct or no, not. That is. Nididhyasana means next stage of Mananam. Means continuous after listening, you are applying that. And you are making some other attributions. Like teacher told, like you should by heart 10 sutra. You already by heart 10. Plus you are making advance. You are by hearting 10 plus 5, 15. That is state of called Nididhyasana. Now here we discuss that Vedanta, the Brahma Sutra consists 4 chapters. Like first chapter is known as Samanvaya Adhyay. Second chapter is known as Avirodha Adhyay. Third chapter is known as our Sadhana Adhyay. And fourth chapter is known as called Phaladhyay. Phaladhyay not discussed. Phaladhyay. Last one is called Phaladhyay, 4th chapter. Here it explains about the Jivana Mukti. Jivana Mukti means by living itself, you will be free from all kinds of attachment. Jivana Mukta. And explain Saguna, Nirguna, Brahma Upasana and its result. If you do Saguna, Brahma Upasana, what is the result? And if you do Nirguna Upasana, that is called, that result they explain under this chapter, which is Phaladhyaya. That's the name given, Phala, the result, Phaladhyaya. These are the 4 chapters. Remember the chapters name. So consist 4 chapters, and each chapters consist 4 pada, like Yoga Sutra consists 4 pada. So here explain each chapter is having 4 pada. So 4 into 4. How many padas become? 16 pada. Total sutra name number is 555. Remember, 555 sutras are explained under this text. Which text? Brahma Sutra text. Okay. Next part, very important. The Brahma Sutra Prasiddha Bhashyakar, the famous Bhashyakar, commenter, the famous commenter on Brahma Sutra. The name has given, here the name is Shankaracharya. He is from Saririka Bhashya. His Bhashya name is Saririka Bhashya. And he is from Advaita Vada. Advaita, he accepts non-duality. Both are same. Jivatma Paramatma is one. Advaita philosophy. So Advaita Vada. Who's? Shankaracharya. His Bhashya name is Saririka Bhashya. Remember, every time, means most of the times question asked from this part. Okay. Next, Ramanujacharya. Ramanuj Acharya. His Bhashya name is Sri Bhashya. Sri Bhashya. His Siddhanta or concept is called Visishtva Advaita. Visishtva Advaita, special Advaita. Means he is mainly focusing on Advaita philosophy and deeply rooted. Shankaracharya also explained Advaita only, but he explained deeply. Visishta, special criteria he is given. Visishta Advaita. Third one is called Madhvacharya, and his Bhasta is known as Purna Pragya. Purna Pragya. Purna Pragya. And his Siddhanta is Dvaita Vada, duality. That body and soul is different. Jivatma, Paramatma is different. Atma and the body and soul is different. Jivatma, Paramatma, Atma, individual soul and the ultimate soul, or supreme soul is Dvaita Vada. Who? Madhvacharya. And the last Acharya is called Nimbaka Acharya. Nimbaka Acharya. His Bhashya name is Vedanta Parijata. This is also very important book, Vedanta Parijata. And his Siddhanta name is called Dvaita Advaita Vada. Sometimes Dvaita, sometimes Advaita. Okay. NET exam they may ask questions. Dvaita Advaita philosophy belongs to whom? ABCD option will come. Then your answer must be Nimbaka Acharya. Dvaita philosophy from Madhva Acharya. Advaita from Sankara. Visishta Advaita from Ramanuja Acharya. Is it clear here till here?
Yes, sir.
Now
Sir.
you have time. If you have any question, you can ask. Quickly,
No, sir.
No, sir.
quickly you can ask questions.
No doubt, sir.
No doubt.
No doubt, sir.
Then should I start to ask questions? Few questions.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if I tell any candidate name, please open your mic and tell. Otherwise, other person should put off your mic. First question.
So we'll try to answer.
So we'll try to answer sir, because I need
Which
to
one?
recall once again.
Whole thing, sir.
Sorry.
Whole thing, sir.
Whole thing, sir.
Whole thing, sir.
Four limbs. Four name. Last name under this Acharya. Yes. This one you asking?
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir, no,
We'll
sir.
try to answer because
We'll try to answer because we need to recall it once again. We'll try to answer now.
Okay, you need some time to understand that. Is it? Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
sir,
no
yes,
problem. So yes, then I will discuss some other time. No problem. But if you have not understood, you can ask any points. Is it clear? You can tell it's clear.
So now you ask questions.
Sir, now you ask questions. We'll try to answer. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
try to answer.
You just look there and you can tell the answer by looking itself, because I should know that whatever you written is correct or wrong.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So first question. Gopal Krishna will give the answer. Others should be put off mic. Gopal Krishna, open your mic. First question. Ramayana belongs to which Sahitya?
Sir, Smriti Sahitya, sir.
Sir.
Very good
Smriti
answer.
Sahitya, sir.
Smriti Sahitya. Next question go to Sunita madam. Like the meaning of Veda. If you have the four options, Ved means Satyam, Ved means Jnanam, Ved means Vicharane, and Ved means Labhe. Which option you should off in exam? Correct answer. Yes. Next question by Suraksha. Okay. Next question to Suraksha. The question is like what are the three main texts comes under Prasthana Trayam? What are the three main texts
I'm not eating that
I'm
class,
not
sir.
eating that
Okay.
class.
I
sir.
joined last.
Then answer
I
must be
joined
given by
last.
Karna.
Upanishad.
Upanishad, Gita, Brahma Sutra.
Yes. Upanishad, Gita, and Brahma Sutra. Upanishad comes under which Prasthana?
Smriti
Next, other two.
Smriti and Naya.
శృతి ప్రస్థాన న్యాయ ప్రస్థాన
Very good answer. Very good answer.
Brahmasutra.
Now next question to Sri Lakshmi Hegre. Based on the Vedic knowledge, Veda is divided into how many parts and what are they? Based on the Vedic knowledge, Veda will be divided into how many parts or what are they?
Samhita, Brahman,
Samhita,
Aranyaka,
Brahman,
and
Aranyaka, and
Very good answer.
Upanishad.
Okay. If you want to, next question to Harshita, if you want to do yaga or sacrifices, which Veda we should go for?
Yajurveda, sir.
Yajurveda. Very good
Yajurveda,
answer.
sir.
Who is the, can you, the next answer will be given by Sandeep. Can you tell the Rishis name? All four Rishis names belongs to all Samhita. Rishis name.
ऋग्संहिता ऋषि अंगिरा, यजुर्संहिता ऋषि वायु, शाम संहिता ऋषि आदित्य और अथर्व संहिता ऋषि अंगिरा.
Very good answer. And next question goes to Gopala Krishna. Can you tell the each Veda and their Brahmana's name? Each Veda and their Brahmana's name. Gopala Krishna. Each Veda and their Brahmana's name. If Gopal Krishna is not able to give, answer will be given by Madam Sunita Madam. Question is, can you tell the Vedas, the Brahmanas names belongs to which specific Veda? Rig Veda related Brahman, Shukla Yajurveda related, Krishna Yajurveda, Samveda. Please tell the name.
Sir, Rigveda,
Sir, Rigveda, Aitara Brahmana, Shukla Yajurveda, Shatakata Brahmana,
Sunita ma'am.
Krishna
Gopal,
Yajurveda.
Sunita ma'am.
No problem, no problem. Gopal Krishna can give answer, no problem. Gopal Krishna, yes, carry on.
Sir, ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್.
Carry on,
ಅವರೇ
carry on.
ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್.
ಸರ್, ಋಗ್ವೇದ, ತೈತರ್ಯ
ಸರ್,
ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣ,
ಋಗ್ವೇದ,
Okay.
ತೈತರ್ಯ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣ,
ಶುಕ್ಲ
ಶುಕ್ಲ
ಯಜುರ್ವೇದ, ಶತಪಥ
ಶುಕ್ಲ
ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣ,
ಯಜುರ್ವೇದ,
Okay.
ಶತಪಥ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣ,
ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಯಜುರ್ವೇದ, ತೈತರ್ಯ
ಕೃಷ್ಣ
ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣ,
ಯಜುರ್ವೇದ,
Very good.
ತೈತರ್ಯ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣ,
ಸಾಮವೇದ,
ಸಾಮವೇದ,
ತಲವಾಕರ್,
ತಲವಾಕರ್,
Brahmana, okay.
ಸರ್, ಅಥರ್ವವೇದ,
ಹಾ,
ಗೋಪದ್
ಸರ್,
ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣ.
ಅಥರ್ವವೇದ,
Very good answer.
ಗೋಪದ್
Very
ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣ.
good answer. So next madam question is madam's questions. Like how many Upanishad? Can you tell the Veda Shakha? How many Shakhas are there? Specific Shakha? How many Upanishads belongs to that particular Veda?
Rigveda,
Yes.
21 shakhas, and 10 Upanishads. Yajurveda, 100 shakhas, and Shukla is 19 Upanishads, and Krishna is 32 Upanishads. Samaveda is 1000 shakhas and 16 Upanishads. Atharvaveda is 9 shakhas and 31 Upanishads. Totally we have
Very
108
good answer.
Upanishads.
Now Suloksha will give the answer. A 108 Upanishad according to which Upanishad? There are 108 Upanishad according to which Upanishad?
ಮುಕ್ತಿಕೋಪನಿಷತ್.
Very good answer.
Muktikopanishad.
Very good answer. And Mukhya Upanishad number, Suraksha? Main Upanishad?
10.
10. Very good.
10.
Oldest Veda is?
ಈಶ್
Oldest
Rigveda.
Veda.
Rigveda.
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 Harshita will give the answer. Which Veda is known as Gadyatmaka Veda? Gadyatmaka.
ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಯಜುರ್ವೇದ.
Very good
Krishna
answer.
Yajurveda.
Sri Lakshmi will give the answer. Who is the first composer of Indian music? Who is the first composer of Indian music?
Samaveda.
Person.
ಜೈಮಿನಿ.
Sir,
Jaimini.
Jaimini.
Jaimini. Samavedya receives Jaimini. Yes. And can you tell the Shakha of Rigveda Shakha name? Rigveda Shakha name. Sri Lakshmi itself.
21 Shaka, sir.
21
Name,
Shaka,
name.
sir. Rigveda.
Ayurveda.
Shakala you have written Shakala, Vaskala, or some other thing.
Ayurveda.
Ayurveda, Yajurveda,
Okay.
Dhanurveda,
Shakala, Vaskala, and Ashwalayana.
Samaveda.
No problem. Now, Harshita will tell the Veda and Upaveda's name. Specific how it is related. Means Rigveda related to which, Samaveda which, Veda and Upaveda.
Can you repeat the question?
Like, can you tell the Veda's name and their Upaveda?
Rigveda,
Rigveda,
Ayurveda,
Okay.
Ayurveda, Yajurveda, Dhanurveda,
Samaveda,
Samaveda,
Gandharva Veda,
Okay.
Gandharva Veda,
Atharva Veda,
Atharva Veda,
Stapatya Veda.
Sapatya Veda.
Very good answer.
Stapatya Veda.
Very good answer. Next question to Sandeep. How many Yoga Upanishads are there? Yoga Upanishad.
20. These.
Very good answer. Now next question goes to Sunita madam. Can you tell the main 10 Upanishads and their Veda name? This belongs to which Veda?
Shukta,
Yes.
Yajurveda, Prashna, Upanishad, Atharvaveda, Maitreya Upanishad, Rigveda, Maitreya Upanishad, Krishna Yajurveda, Chandogya Upanishad, Samaveda, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad.
Very good answer. Very good answer. Next questions to Karna. Karna is there? Karna.
Yes, sir.
Tell the Yoga Upanishads
Yes, sir.
and their Veda name. Belongs to which Veda? Tell.
ಶ್ವೇತೇಶ್ವರ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತು
Okay.
ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಯಜುರ್ವೇದ,
ಜ್ಞಾನಬಿಂದು ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತು
Okay.
ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಯಜುರ್ವೇದ,
ಯೋಗ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತು
ಯೋಗ ಉಪನಿಷತ್
You written or not?
ನೋ ಸರ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್
ನೋ
Oh,
ಸರ್.
you was outside. Okay, no problem, no problem. So no problem. You just write. There later also you can write. No problem. We written already.
ಯಾ ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
So for your information, Shvetashwar Upanishad belongs to Krishna Yajurved. Yoga Kundalini belongs to Krishna Yajurved. Yoga Tattva belongs to Krishna. Dhyanabindu Krishna. Trishiki Brahmana Shukla. Yoga Chudamani Sama. Nadavindu Rik. And Yoga Raja Upanishad. There is no availability of reference. That is belongs to which Ved? Okay, no problem. Sri Lakshmi, can you tell the order of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita chapters? Order.
Arjuna Vishada Yoga,
ಅರ್ಜುನ ವಿಷಾದ ಯೋಗ,
Sankhya Yoga,
ಸಾಂಖ್ಯ ಯೋಗ,
Karma Yoga,
ಕರ್ಮ ಯೋಗ,
Karma Sannyasa Yoga,
ಕರ್ಮ
Before that,
ಸನ್ಯಾಸ
Jnana
ಯೋಗ,
Karma Sannyasa is there.
Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga,
Fourth
ಜ್ಞಾನ
chapter,
ಕರ್ಮ
yes.
ಸನ್ಯಾಸ ಯೋಗ,
Karma Sannyasa Yoga,
ಕರ್ಮ ಸನ್ಯಾಸ
Atma
ಯೋಗ,
Sayama Yoga,
ಆತ್ಮ ಸಂಯಮ ಯೋಗ,
Jnana Vijnana Yoga,
ಜ್ಞಾನ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಯೋಗ,
Akshara Brahma Yoga,
ಅಕ್ಷರ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ
Raja
ಯೋಗ,
Vidya Rajaguhya
ರಾಜವಿದ್ಯಾ ರಾಜಗುಹ್ಯ ಯೋಗ,
Vibhuti Yoga,
ವಿಭೂತಿ ಯೋಗ,
Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga,
ವಿಶ್ವರೂಪ ದರ್ಶನ ಯೋಗ,
Shanti
Bhakti
ಶಾಂತಿ
Yoga.
ಶಾಂತಿ ಯೋಗ,
Bhakti Yoga 12.
Bhakti Yoga,
Yes.
ಭಕ್ತಿ ಯೋಗ,
Kshetra.
Kshetra Yoga,
Vibhaga
ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ
Yoga.
ಗುಣತ್ರಯ ವಿಭಾಗ ಯೋಗ, ಗುಣತ್ರಯ ವಿಭಾಗ ಯೋಗ, ಪುರುಷ
Purushottama Yoga,
ಪುರುಷೋತ್ತಮ ಯೋಗ,
Deva. Deva Sampad Vibhaga Yoga.
ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾತ್ರಯ ವಿಭಾಗ ಯೋಗ,
ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾತ್ರಯ
ಮೋಕ್ಷ
ವಿಭಾಗ
ಸನ್ಯಾಸ
ಯೋಗ,
ವಿಭಾಗ.
ಮೋಕ್ಷ ಸನ್ಯಾಸ
Okay.
ವಿಭಾಗ ಯೋಗ.
So this is very important part. You need to buy here the order. Okay. Next question answer will be given by Manjunath. I forgot him. There are the Bhagavad Gita can be divided into 3 main chapters. Can you tell the chapters name? 3 main chapters and chapter names.
First to
One.
6 chapter is
First
Jnana
to
Yoga.
6 chapter is Dhyana Yoga.
After 6 to 12 is
After
Karma
6
Yoga.
to 12
7 to
is
12,
Karma
okay.
Yoga.
Next comes
Next
13 to
comes
18 Bhakti
13
Yoga.
to
Very
18
good answer.
Bhakti
Very
Yoga.
good answer. Very good answer. So next question is from Suraksha. Can you tell the synonym of Brahma Sutram? Synonym. If Suraksha not able to give, then answer will give by Gopal Krishna. Synonym of Brahma Sutram. If Gopal Krishna not able to, then we'll give answer. Tell Gopal Krishna. Otherwise, Harshita will tell. Synonym of Brahma Sutram. Yes.
ಶಾರೀರಿಕ ಮೀಮಾಂಸಾ,
ಶಾರೀರಿಕ
Okay.
ಮೀಮಾಂಸಾ,
ಅಂತರ್ಮೀಮಾಂಸಾ,
ಅಂತರ್ಮೀಮಾಂಸಾ,
Bhikshu Sutra and Sairika Sutra.
ಭಿಕ್ಷುಸೂತ್ರ and
ಭಿಕ್ಷು ಸೂತ್ರ
ಶಾರೀರಿಕ
and
ಸೂತ್ರ.
Two
ಶಾರೀರಿಕ
Sutra, two
ಸೂತ್ರ.
Mimamsa. You can remember. Okay. Now Manjunath will tell the 4 chapters of Brahma Sutra. The name of 4 chapters.
Yes, sir. First chapter is Samanvaya.
First chapter is Samanvaya Adhyaya.
Second chapter is Avirodha.
Second chapter is Avirodha Adhyaya.
Third chapter is
Third
Sadhana
chapter
Adhyaya.
is Sadhana
Fourth
Adhyaya.
chapter is
Fourth chapter is
ಫಲಾದ್ಯಯ.
Phala,
Jivana Mukti.
phala,
Jivana
phalam,
Mukti and
fruits.
Nirguna.
Phaladhaya.
Explainable. Jivana
Explainable Jivana Mukti.
Yes, very good answer. Very good answer. Now, in which chapter explain about the Nastikavadi Darshananam Khandanam? The Khandana of Nastikavadi Darshananam Khandanam in which chapter in Brahma Sutra?
Bauddha, Charuta, Jaina.
Bauddha,
That only. In
Jaina.
which chapter?
ತೃತೀಯ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ.
ತೃತೀಯ
Chapter number
ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ,
2.
ದ್ವಿತೀಯ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ,
Dvitiya Adhyaya. This is the important question. That's why I marked already before.
Explainable Brahma's Purana.
Explainable Brahma's Purana.
Second, Adhyaya number 2.
Second chapter. Brahma,
Explains Brahma, Rupa
Yes.
Brahma.
First chapter explains about the Brahma Sarupa and the main concept of Upanishad. Second chapter explains about the different types of proof of Brahman plus the Khandana of Nastik Darshanam. Okay. Now Sri Lakshmi will tell in which chapter the concept of third chapters in Brahma Sutra. What are the concepts in third chapter? Concept of third chapter in Brahma Sutra.
ವಿವೇಕ ವೈರಾಗ್ಯ
ವಿವೇಕ
ಷಟ್ಕ
ವೈರಾಗ್ಯ
ಸಂಪತ್
ಷಟ್ಕ ಸಂಪತ್ ಮೋಕ್ಷ.
Okay.
ಅಂತರಂಗ and ಬಾಹಿರಂಗ.
ಅಂತರಂಗ
Very good
and
answer given by
ಬಾಹಿರಂಗ.
Suraksha. Antaranga and Vairanga Yoga. Antaranga Sravanam Mananam Nidhyasanam. Under Vairanga Viveka Vairagya Sataka Sampat plus Mokshatvam. Then Suraksha will tell Jivana Mukti explains in which chapter?
Fourth chapter.
Very good
Fourth
answer.
chapter.
Very good answer. Very good
ಫಲಾಧ್ಯಾಯ.
answer. Now the question answer will give by Karna. How many month Sutra explains under Brahma Sutra?
555.
555. The last question to Harshita only. Can you tell the Acharya's name and their Bhashya name plus the Siddhanta? Which concept they explain? Harshita. Name? Yes.
ಶಂಕರಾಚಾರ್ಯ,
ಶಂಕರಾಚಾರ್ಯ, ಶಾರೀರಿಕ ಭಾಷ್ಯ,
ಅದ್ವೈತವಾದ,
ಅದ್ವೈತವಾದ,
ರಾಮಾನುಜಾಚಾರ್ಯ,
and ರಾಮಾನುಜಾಚಾರ್ಯ, ಶ್ರೀಭಾಷ್ಯ,
ವಿಶಿಷ್ಟಾದ್ವೈತ,
ವಿಶಿಷ್ಟಾದ್ವೈತ,
ಮಧ್ವಾಚಾರ್ಯ,
ಮಧ್ವಾಚಾರ್ಯ,
ಪೂರ್ಣ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞಾ,
ಪೂರ್ಣ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞ,
ಪೂರ್ಣ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞ, ದ್ವೈತವಾದ, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್
ಇಂಬಕಾಚಾರ್ಯ,
ಹಿಂಬಕಾಚಾರ್ಯ,
ವೇದಾಂತ ಪಾರಿಜಾತ,
ವೇದಾಂತ ಪಾರಿಜಾತ,
ದ್ವೈತಾದ್ವೈತ.
ದ್ವೈತಾದ್ವೈತ
very good
ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ.
answer, very good answer. So that's how we complete this topic, introduction to Veda, Upanishad and Prasthana Trayam.